Thanks for checking out the video on leadpass.com channel. My name is Bobby, and today we're helping out one of the members of the GoHighLevel Facebook group solve for how to get a notification after a form has been filled out from a contact. So if you have any additional questions or any scenarios you'd like help with, please comment on the video below, and let's get started. So the question that was proposed was, I'm trying to set up a simple automation trigger from submitted. I expect to send one email to the customer and one notification to myself via email. After 4 hours in different calls with HL support, no one helped me to complete this. Any thoughts or ideas? So basically, they just wanted to, as soon as a trigger happened, that the client was going to get an email and then an internal notification was going to go directly to the assigned user, right? So the first thing that we want to do in the workflow is simply say, okay, the form has been completed, send notification internally, right, to the customer and then the assigned user. And so the first trigger there is just simply we're going to go to the form section, pick the form that you had already been interested in using. So for this one, I just made a simple example of lead generation. Change the name of the workflow, just best practices here. And it doesn't really matter what the trigger was. It could have been simply a tag was added or anything else. It works the same way. So the first thing we're going to do is send an email to the contact. So email, send email, same thing. Action name is always going to be matched up with the trigger and the name of the workflow, so it's easy to find later on. So lead generation, form submitted, form completed, sent to user or contact. Name, it's pretty simple. All we're going to do here is leave it blank if you want it to just go to the default values, and then from email, subject, and the actual body of the email is the same as you would normally do. So one of the things that I always see people missing on these though is they don't put notes after each action. And the reason why you want to do this for every single thing in your GoHighLevel account is if you go back through the logs, it doesn't always tell you exactly what happened. So when you start with a note, you go custom values right now, and you should timestamp it. Anytime a tag is added, anytime a tag is removed, anytime an email goes out, pretty much everything that could possibly go within the workflow itself should always have this. And just best practices, kind of seems like overkill until you have to go back through and try to figure out exactly what happened that caused an error, especially when you get to like big builds where you have hundreds of workflows and a whole bunch of different stuff running around. And simple. So right now, so whenever this happens, timestamp, username, so the person who notification was sent to, and then the email was sent to them. So this is where the issue happens, and I'm not sure why support wasn't able to help you, but all you need to do is put internal notification to user. And this is the understanding that when you finish the form, that the user would have already been assigned. So it would be like form submitted, assigned user. So it would have already been done. And same thing. So from email to user, assigned user, subject, whatever it wants to be. So lead generation, form completed. The email that you're going to get is all of the contact's information. So first name, email, phone number. If you need to call them right away, perfect. If you want to send them an email right away from yourself, great. And then again, just one of the things that you'd want to do is just put the note in, right? So again, internal notification was sent to you. Start the note, always the same thing. We're going to go timestamp. So now if you ever look back into this workflow, it's going to be really easy to find. So the form was completed, send notification to customer and user. The first thing is lead generation form submitted, so you know what the form is before you even have to open it up. Then the first thing is the lead generation form sent to contact was an email, the note on it, internal notification sent. And so for this one, it wasn't mentioned in the comment of what you were trying to do, but one of the things that you'd want to do as soon as you finish the notification would probably be create a task. So as soon as you log into GoHighLevel, you can see, hey, listen, did I already contact this person? I know that I've got the email in my email address from this notification. But as soon as you get into GHL, it just shows you all the tasks, right? And then you can say, okay, I did do this, or no, I didn't, so nothing gets lost in translation. This same thing, you always want the timestamp, contact information for the individual who filled out the form, and then you have it all right there for you when you go into your task section. And you're also going to want to make sure that it's set for now, so as soon as it triggers, the task is required immediately. And then like before, so we're just going to copy the above note, make a couple changes in the wording, and put the note right under the task. So the task was built at this time, at this hour. And this is really important, especially when you have sales reps, because if you go through their logs and they were assigned a task on Tuesday, and you go through and you see that it hasn't been completed in 3 days or 2 days, opposed to same day, it's a huge issue, especially when you're doing training or fulfillment, and it can really make a huge difference on the end client. And that's it. Pretty simple, straightforward. So just make sure that when you do the send email to yourself, you're sending notification to yourself through an internal notification. Hey, thanks so much for watching the video. If you have any additional questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll get back to you on it. There's also 2 links. One's for Facebook and another one is for Skool. So if you want to join those groups, tons of additional information and resources that are available to you pretty much all the time. And if you found this valuable, really appreciate it if you subscribed or shared the content. Thanks so much.